14. And the matchup we've been watching this entire series, Game 5, Round 5, goes to Chet Holmgren, number 7. As you can see, he was able to get things started from the very beginning of this game. OKC looking like a completely different team in Game 5 and at home. And guess what? Friend of the show, Chet Holmgren is joining us on NBA Showtime.
Stay ready to go.
Yes, we're still here.
Ready to go.
Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady here with you. Chet, let's get into it. This was your best game of the series. We're happy to have you back on the show, but tell us why.
Why I'm here or why you're happy to see me?
No, why it's the best.
We definitely happy to see you.
I feel like
He's tired.
I got you. Right, it's Game 5, Chow.
Yeah, I'm zoned out now.
All good.
But, I think just being able to, watch the tape and then find spots to be aggressive and then going out and being aggressive, trusting the work. And then, we saw tonight good things happen.
With Wemby being on the other side, you yourself being an elite player in this league, 2 tall, lanky, elite players, young players. Do you look at this as a great big man matchup that will be rivalry for years to come?
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, when you're in it, you have to look at it as, Thunder versus Spurs. We're trying to win these games. They're trying to win these games. That's how you have to attack it. And, they have a really good team. We have a really good team. You guys know things are fragile in the NBA, but, we're going to try and keep this thing going as long as we can. I'm sure they are too. So, I'm sure that means we're going to cross paths a lot.
Social media is what it is. It's easier today to hear all of the talk. But for you, you made your first couple of shots. Did that settle you in? Did that lock you in? Did it kind of make you now feel like you're aggressive? How was it once you see a couple of shots go in early in this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see a couple go down early. I felt like it helped me get a good rhythm. I just got to keep it flowing from there.
What did you tell yourself within the last 48 hours? Because that wasn't an adjustment like for me. That was like a mindset shift when it comes to how you approach this game tonight. What was you telling yourself within the last 48 hours?
Yeah, just I'd say the biggest thing is just being aggressive. This is a really good team, and obviously, they have a very different defense than any other team that you see. So, what you're doing all regular season and stuff, a lot of that stuff goes out the window. So, you're not going to have a great rhythm going into stuff. So it's just about being aggressive. When you play hard and throughout the game, you're going to get cracks. So you just got to take advantage of them.
I have a question just in general. The last time we talked to you, it was ring night, and we were here and we were celebrating, and you guys are defending champs. And I'm just thinking about the mental fortitude you have to even make it back here. You guys had a couple of sweeps. This is the biggest challenge you face. Like, what does it take? What does it require to continue down this path and continue to show up, get off the mat, respond? Like, how are you guys just handling having endurance throughout this season?
Yeah, I can't speak for everybody. I feel like we have a great team mindset around, never quitting no matter what happens. And, like you said, the endurance to do it, playing deep into the summer, short off season, and then right back to it. We have young legs for the most part, except for like maybe AC and a couple other guys. But, he does a great job of setting the tone for us. He's been there before us last year, and he kind of shares that knowledge with us, and we kind of just follow along.
I want to go into your mind. I want to go into your mindset. Before this series started, you had a phenomenal series against the Lakers. Your team has been phenomenal up until, game 1 of this series, when we put up 41 and 24. When you're coming off a series like that, and then you're looking ahead to the San Antonio Spurs and the challenges that they present, what is your mindset? What are you thinking, and how you want to attack that series?
Yeah, first of all, once you win the last series, all that goes out the window.
Sure.
We're not playing them anymore. You can take from certain aspects of the game and say, I'm going to learn from these situations, but at the end of the day, you're playing a whole new team, and you got to try and figure them out. So, you kind of switch modes from one team to the next, and then understand over the course of the series. It's not like the regular season where you play a team and then the next night you play a team that's completely different. For the most part, over the course of the series, you start to learn a team, learn what they're trying to do. They learn you. So at that point, it's about adjustments and then, just going out there and being aggressive.
All right, let's take a trip into the film room real quick. We as players, when we watch film, we tend to be critical with ourselves. When you looked at film of yourself, what bothered you? that you said, hey, I need to change that if we're going to be who we think we are or where we should be?
Yeah, I'd just say aggressiveness. Not only with the ball, but without the ball. Just trying to figure out, spots where I can be aggressive, and then understand that it's not a perfect game. Every time I work for a catch or every time I run the floor hard, it's basketball. The ball might go to the other side of the floor. Somebody else might be open. Somebody else might make a play. So, not letting missed opportunity become frustration, and just sticking with it.
One thing, Chet, when we were out on the court in San Antonio, they were still wiping your blood off of the backboard. So I just want to make sure.
Blood.
You're
couldn't
okay,
get it
'cause
off.
I thought you were going to lose it. It's okay.
No. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's a little gash, but it's all right.
It don't look that great. Well, Chet, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Y'all
you
can
so
close
much.
it out. Game
Yep.
6
Keep
in
that
San
aggression,
Antonio.
Chet.
Yes, we
Well
will
done.
be there. We will be there. So Chet Holmgren has a double-double for the first time this series, which was bad news for the San Antonio Spurs and their head coach, Mitch Johnson, but he's stepping up to the podium now to answer questions. And a majority of this game, we'll start with Victor Wembanyama. You heard Mitch Johnson saying that he has to shoot more shots and he's got to score more than 20 ultimately. He had his lowest field goal percentage, and he was actually negative in the -8 for the first time so far in this series. What happened? What did you notice, T-Mac? I'm going to start with you because you're leaning in and you're looking like this.
What's your question?
What happened?
What happened?
What's
wrong with what
I
happened
think
to
we're
Wemby?
all confused and trying to figure out what happened. This is Game 5, a pivotal game in this series, and 80% of the time, whoever wins this game goes on to win the series.
Yeah.
And for me, we talk about how amazing Wemby is on the basketball court on both ends. Well, we didn't see that tonight.
Yep.
And it's very shocking because games 1 and 4, he was that. He was all of that. And when you coming into a game that what's at stake, I expected a legendary performance, a historical performance. And the first quarter, it just seems like he was tired. He was lethargic. He didn't have the energy that I possess or they possess that he should have and come out in a Game 5 with. I don't know what it was, but Game 6 has to be a different Wembanyama. And we talked about last game of having more than 15 shots.
Yeah.
Well, he had that in, the first half, right? Tonight, really? 15 shots
4 for
only?
15.
4 for
Yeah.
15? There should never be a time where he has 15 shots in this type of game. He has to dominate the paint. He has to live in the paint because that's where he collapses the shell. Just by starting down there, he's collapsing the shell, and it's opening things up for his teammates, and that didn't happen tonight.
Wemby, from the beginning of the game, warm-ups, looked to me like he was just going through the motions. He didn't have his same pop that he usually had before the game, pregame. He running up and down the court doing his pregame workout. He just looked a step behind tonight. And it showed in the game. Early in the game, he was trying to find his way. He was always one step behind on the rebound, on the loose ball. He was always one step behind. He looked tired tonight. He looked like there's been a lot on his shoulders. There's a lot of stress. This is part of it. This is Game 5. You got to figure out how to get through it. And again, these are learning curves for him. He's still young. He's 22 years old. He's just getting into this league. He's just starting to feel all of this pressure that's put on him. Tonight, I saw a tired Wemby. I saw a young, tired Wemby who couldn't figure it out, who had a game plan against OKC but just could not execute that game plan tonight. And again, he have to bounce back, and I think he will bounce back. But again, this is a learning curve for Wemby.
For me, I think what you both said, I totally agree. And the one thing I would have liked to have seen him do is just go into the post. And instead of just settling for the jump shot. And like you said, when you're tired, you know that. When we're tired, we settle for the jump shot. And we saw a lot of that, which is letting them off the hook. The big picture is you're that close. You had a phenomenal Game 4, bringing that energy to Game 5 on the road. You have a big first 5 minutes of